The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe.
Welcome to this episode of Pit Life BBQ. Gather around the pit with your hosts, Johnny Mags and Messy Mike. Let's talk barbecue.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe in Salem, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life BBQ Podcast, where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics you'd normally talk around the pit. As always, I'm joined by Messy Mike.
Hi, John.
Hi, pal.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You guys are sitting awful far away from each other.
Well, we're kind of in a little lover's quarrel. we both wound up sleeping on the couch after we figured out that last week was our 1-year anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Doing this. Happy anniversary. What'd you get me?
Nothing. I forgot myself.
You want a pen?
Sure.
And don't you two see that you're in love with each other?
Nice. So, yeah.
Oh, we made it.
We made it. Oh, nice. Yeah. So, not too bad.
Nope.
A couple of amateurs.
A little rough show last week. A little bit. With the driving. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Amateur hour tonight, right
Seriously.
Yeah, that's fine.
Rookies.
That's all right. But, who was that?
Yeah, someone's phone's
Is that
on.
you?
It's you.
Oh, you know what that means.
Might have been me.
All right, who's buying beers?
What was everyone a beer?
Good thing I brought treats.
Got to share the show. There
right,
we go.
I'm off.
So we're joined by a special guest today.
We are
waiting for John
joined today.
Unless somebody
I like
is
to call
unauthorized to be sitting in that seat.
I was just walking by the building.
Thought he'd come in.
What the hell's going on in
It
here?
smelled good.
All I have to say is Cmac is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen,
Good afternoon, boys.
Blackstone Boys
That's
a
right.
friend of ours,
Yes.
is in the house.
Yes.
Craig McPherson of the Blackstone Boys, and all types of good foodie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can I be the ignorant, play the part of the ignorant person over here? What on God's green earth is a Blackstone? Is
Blackstone
it some sort of
is
smoker?
It's a propane-fueled, basically griddle top. Rolled steel.
Cold rolled steel.
Cold rolled steel.
Yes.
Flat top.
I like that.
Flat top, like a diner.
I'm with you.
It makes you into an official short order cook.
I like that.
Yeah.
Short order cook in the backyard.
Absolutely.
Portable?
I like that.
Some are, yes. They have 17-inch, 22 inches that are really portable, 36 inches with cabinets, non-cabinets. It's, for us traditional barbecue guys, it's just a different way to cook. It's
like having the world's largest frying pan is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
you never have a big enough frying pan.
It's like a huge rectangular cast iron pan that you can pretty much do anything in.
I need one of these in my life.
You do. Everybody does.
Everyone does.
Honestly, probably the best cooking equipment that I own, besides one of the smokers. But I love it.
And he's only had it 2 weeks.
I've only had it 2 weeks. Yeah, yeah. These guys are like the professionals on it.
We've been pushing him and prodding him, and finally pulls the trigger, and now he knows. It's fun.
I was in Walmart for an hour and a half. I walked in, looked at him, then I walked out. Then I'm like, all right, pros and cons. Let's do it. Okay. I walked back in, looked at it again, picked the box up. I'm like, okay, I can get it in my truck by myself. Walked back out. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need it. Let's just wait. Then I'm like, the pros outweigh the cons. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going back in and doing it.
That's it.
Listen, we don't need a lot of stuff.
Oh,
It's not about need.
no.
It's about want.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's
I
one.
definitely wanted the crap out of it.
Right?
Like I said, I started with the 17 because it fit perfect on the Weber Performer. So I got the kettle right here, and I got the 17-inch Blackstone right on that shelf for the Performer. Perfect. Yeah, I want the 36.
Yeah, now you're like, oh,
Now I just heard something about a 48. Possible rumor
You
happening.
start running out of room really quick, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Blackstone, you get a bigger, if you have a big green egg like the XL, that's too big for, if you're not doing massive cooks on it.
Yep.
With the Blackstone, you go big, you go biggie, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You turn the propane on, thing heats up in 2 seconds.
And you can even just, go a couple burners. If you're throwing down one steak, couple burners, save a little propane.
Yep.
you're good to go.
And if I'm not mistaken, being able to cook on something like the Blackstone means you're not losing all of that delicious flavor dripping through the grates and just burning off.
Yeah.
It just stays right there.
Right in it.
Yep.
So one of the first things that people try to cook when they get their Blackstone, I don't know if you've done it yet, are smash burgers, which is something that I was not really familiar with, being, again, a griller or barbecuer for years. Yeah, you throw a nice big fat patty on the grill and, the fat would drip and, have a good burger. Smash burgers, you take these things and basically a meatball on the griddle, flatten it for about 10 seconds. And what it does is it chars it right away and it locks all that fat in. So if you do like an 80-20, mix of a burger, you're locking all that flavor, all that fat in. So you've got a thin burger. So I'm usually doing a double or triple. Hard to believe.
Man after my own stomach.
But they're fantastic. I'll tell you what, I may never do a burger on anything else but a flat top again. Once you try it, the char is great. Steaks, another thing. They're pretty amazing, amazing devices.
So really something that a beginner could get, a beginner that wants to kind of go that route in the outdoor cooking realm, Blackstone sounds like a must-have.
Yeah.
I think it's a must-have for any cook out there.
Oh, yeah. I got it because I wanted to play. You do know these go
No.
and down. You don't have to remove the whole thing and run a quarter mile to finish you off.
I do appreciate it because I have less post-production.
Just to play with it. Seeing some of the guys on YouTube when I first, started getting in. Chef Johnny, CJ, Lep.
Yep.
He actually did a couple weeks ago. He did a full rack of ribs.
So
right on the Blackstone.
Listen, Lep is a freak. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Oh, he's the
because
man.
He's a guy after my own heart. Because the thing that listen, there's a bunch of things you can do on these, right? And there's a bunch of things that people do on Blackstones right out of the box, right? Some chow mein, some fried rice, smash burgers, etc. I love doing some different stuff. And Lep, shout out, brother. Not only ribs, but Lep did a brisket on his.
What?
Check his channel out. He did a brisket. He is the boy's a freak. That's all I got to say. But I love, that's what I love. I love the creativity and doing something different. I've got my big green eggs. We got our smokers, and that's probably the chosen method, right, to do a brisket. But I give big props to anybody that tries something different. And he absolutely did between the ribs and the brisket. Just pretty cool stuff.
I've seen. What did I see the other day? Pizza.
Yep.
Some lady did a pizza on it. The pineapple.
Yeah, Kent did a pizza. He's got a video on his page of him doing a pizza on it on the Blackstone. It came out fantastic.
Throw a little dome on it, and you're good to go. Yeah, they're great.
Get a little convection going.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because. Like unlike a grill, like you were talking about smash burgers, there's certain meats that should never touch a grill. So like filet mignons, stuff that doesn't really have a lot of fat content. Yep. Burgers also, and that's what I'm learning myself with the Blackstone is, the stuff that shouldn't hit the grill. You're using it in the Blackstone. It's flavoring itself. I love it. I want to freaking kiss it.
Kiss when it's cold.
Not when it's hot.
Not when it's hot.
Yeah. I did burn myself though the other day.
On your shoulder.
On my shoulder. I was stupid.
Stupid. My boy Dan out here, Blackstone Boys, has got some nice tiger stripes up his arm. They will get you if you forget. But the other nice thing about it, again, for us guys that have been in barbecue for a long time, is we love you get a pork butter, you get a brisket, and we love that, we're trimming them up and we're, injecting or rubbing them and the whole thing that you go through, right? And then you get them on the smoker, and then guess what? You're not doing anything for, maybe checking the fire a little bit unless you got a flame bust, but you're not doing anything for 10, 12 hours. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, Blackstones are very interactive. You probably figure this out. You want to prep all your stuff ahead of time because once it's going and once you got food on that flat top, you don't want to walk away. It's cooking hot and fast, and that's part of the fun about it. It's very interactive. It's something is going all the time. But yeah, I've torched a couple of things because I had to run back in the house and I forgot to kind of turn the burners down and whoops! Oh yeah, it cooks fast.
The very first time I did it, I did breakfast for the wife and kids. And I was having a ball. I, set it up. I got the kids holding the phone, doing a live video, and I got the little sausage patties, like the $50 size. Got them, flipping them. It's like, okay. You getting the bacon, the eggs, sausage. A couple of them came out. You could use them in a bubble hockey machine, But you gotta keep everything moving with it.
Now, Craig, from what I understand, you are wearing a Blackstone shirt, the Blackstone Boys shirt, as is Messy Mike.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Felt you up there for a second. What's going on with that? Is that some sort of club?
So it's a very secret club, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Fair enough.
All right. No, listen, it is something that we're just having a little fun with. So as again, my boy Dano here, we got our Blackstones, and all of a sudden it kind of started spreading in our town, in our little group. And, we've ended up with, I don't know, probably 14 guys kind of just in our town, in our circle of friends. And we've probably got now 20 Blackstones amongst us. So we started the whole BSB thing, little Blackstone thing, and it's growing, not only in Amesbury where we're from, but other parts. And it's just been a lot of fun. So yeah, we kind of went a little over the top with a little bit of swag and setting up some web pages and doing videos. But we're having a blast with it. The whole Blackstone community is very cool. It's like the Big Green Egg community and all these others, right? It's a lot of people sharing a lot of fun stuff that they're doing. We're trying to kind of grow our channel a little bit. What we're really trying to do too is Blackstone as a company, which is still fairly new. I think it's 14, 15 years old. They're out of Utah. Fantastic company, and they're very involved in social media, and they've got some social influencers out there. They've got their chefs. We're talking to a couple of them. We're hoping that we're going to get them out for a video shoot out here in the fall. I mean, what better place to be in the fall than New England, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So the Todd Tovens that are doing road shows at all the Walmarts and all their big retailers, CJ Frazier, they've got a Blackstone bartender, so CJ will do drinks. Chef Nathan Lippy's their official chef. So we're trying to get these guys, and I cannot forget, she will be very upset, Blackstone Betty.
Oh, she's wonderful. She has Blackstone. She has a great channel too.
Yeah. She probably one of the best Blackstone Facebook groups out there. She runs it her way. There's never any, the mess that goes on in some groups, but also cooks fantastic food. So we're really kind of trying to get them out here to do a fun cook. We've, I think, separated ourselves in a certain sense. I don't know if separated ourselves. We have fun because we've got a big group that loves to get together. We bring those 22s out. And again, this is so that Blackstone, if you're watching, come on out and we'll have a lot of fun. So,
what would you say the craziest thing you've cooked on your Blackstone is?
Ooh. So
or maybe most inventive. Crazy may be the wrong word, but most inventive.
Most inventive. I love to do roasted bone marrow on my big green eggs. So I tried that and came out really nice on the Blackstone. Did it on my 22 because it's got a top that closes, a lid that closes, so you can kind of do a roasting. Did clams the other day. I want to do clams like a clam bake where you put seaweed and the burlap sack over it on the flat top. I didn't have the seaweed or the burlap, so I used a wet chef's towel. Came out fantastic.
Because the key to that really is the steam.
It's the steam.
You're trying to steam them.
Absolutely. So that's kind of been fun doing some things, again, along the lines of what Lep does. That you normally wouldn't do on that. Mm-hmm. And again, mixing that in, I just did a bunch of Langostino tail and shrimp fried rice the other day. Big old thing in my fridge still. So that's kind of fun doing a lot of stuff that, you may not do every day, or you may not think of as a flat top is going to be your first choice to cook some of this stuff. And it ends up coming out fantastic.
That's great. That's great. And that's the beautiful thing about, you setting up the page and everything. Because you get to not only do you see everything else, see people's ideas and topics, but you get to know the people and get to meet everybody. You know, people you'd never cross paths with, and it's it's
like a great equalizer.
Growth. Yeah,
it's a great equalizer.
I think you could probably break a record with having Blackstone come and the most Blackstone cookers in one area at the same time.
I don't know. I think so. We did a camping trip a couple weeks ago up in North Conway, Maine, and had 40 families just from Amesbury, kind of our group. And I think we had about 14 Blackstones up there. We lined up. We got a video on our YouTube page. We lined up 11 of them and did a burger flip. We did a bunch of cooks on them, but we did a burger flip from one of the others. Kind of a fun video. So yeah, I don't know. We may have to call Guinness and see what the world record of flat tops in a row. They got some crazy flips. Stuff. Who knows what it is? But that's our goal. We want to have Blackstone come out here, do a cook with us, and I'll tell you, we will get a lot of Blackstones lined up and with some nice foliage in the back or down at the beach or something, and we'll have a couple.
Absolutely.
We'll have a couple of BSB newbies in with us too.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Attention cigar smokers or even friends of cigar smokers. If you're looking to relax with a nice premium cigar or looking for a great gift for a cigar smoker, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Our friends at twoguyscigars.com have created the Cigar of the Month Club. For just $24.99 per month, you or your friend that you're gifting will receive 4 premium handmade cigars every month, and shipping and handling is included. Go to twoguyscigars.com, that's the number 2guyscigars.com, and find the Cigar of the Month Club in the menu and sign up. It's that easy. You can stop at any time, but you won't. There's no contract. It is just a tremendous deal. Go to twoguyscigars.com, that's the number 2guyscigars.com, find the Cigar of the Month Club, and sign up. At the same time, if you want to learn about the cigars you receive each month, you can smoke along with them on their own podcast called The Cigar Authority. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice premium cigar from our friends at twoguyscigars.com.
I can't hear. There I am. And we're back.
I kind of like that jam.
And we have snacks.
It's like 70s adult film.
Yep.
That's what I was going for.
That's right.
Little mustache
You
ride.
got the look going there. Kind of not necessarily the pencil thin mustache.
Flavor saver-ish.
There you go. You're going to get a little, looks like we're going to have a little flavor saver on this.
So right here.
What do we have going on here?
So you talked about different things to do, and I, listen, like all recipes, I can't say that I'm the first one to come up with this. Far from it, probably. But this has been a crowd pleaser on the Blackstone. So this is pineapple chunks. Been marinated in Fireball overnight. Finished on the flat top with butter, brown sugar, and a little bit of cayenne for a little heat on the back.
You know what's crazy?
They're pretty tasty.
Tastes like apple pie.
It tastes a lot like apple pie.
It smells like apple pie.
Yeah.
And
got a little kick to it, too.
So that's a cayenne.
I consider myself a kitchen enthusiast. I do a lot of cooking at home and at work. And this has all of the components that you need to have something be delicious. You have your acid, you have your fat, you have your salt, and it's heated. I mean, you cooked it, so you've got a little caramelization going there.
Yep.
It is practically the perfect food as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
You add the fifth ingredient, liquor, and I'm all in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, listen, most of the liquor's probably burned off, unfortunately, but you can always, have a shot with it. This is, by the way, really, you're talking about apple pie. This is really good over, comes out hot, put it over a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Forget about it.
And this is what? So it's marinated in Fireball.
Yep.
Just overnight. Then you throw it on the flat top.
Put
a little butter, brown sugar.
Little cayenne. And then
did you add the cayenne yourself, or is that
I'm qualified to do that, yes.
Okay. Okay.
The cayenne has got adds a nice little kick in the back end.
That's actually I don't think when I first saw somebody do this that they hit cayenne with it. I like a little bit of spice, especially that sweet and savory and spice. So I think it gives it a little bit extra. But we've done this a few times at different events. Amesbury Days. It was a little VIP treat out there. But it's again another thing that you may not see too often when you do if you're doing barbecue, but a tasty little snack.
So absolutely, that's phenomenal.
Somebody picks up a Blackstone from hearing this episode, and they pick it up tomorrow. What's the first thing they've got to do?
So the first thing they got to do is season it. So cold rolled steel, a lot like cast iron, right? The more it's seasoned and the more that you cook on it, the better it's going to be in terms of nonstick, right? So the first thing you're going to do is season it, and all that takes is some oil. And there's, just like anything that will, whether it's barbecue, fat cap up, fat cap, everybody's got their opinion, right? On what kind of flax seed or just do canola and olive oil, whatever. 3 or 4 coats of oil, high heat, wipe on, wipe off, burn it. The gray flat top will turn pitch black, and then pretty much everybody says once it's seasoned, throw in a few pounds of bacon, cook away to get that, the animal fats on top, and then you're ready to kind of go with whatever. So, breakfast brunch is obviously a huge thing on flat tops, right? That's probably...
Well, you can serve everybody at once if you got the right size griddle.
Absolutely. So that's something that I think a lot of people will do for their first cook. A lot of people will do, they'll try smash burgers. They'll try kind of the Asian dishes, a little chow mein or fried rice. Par cook the rice first, put that on, soy sauce. Here's the other thing that's so handy about this is I get really lazy with it, and I'll get frozen vegetables. I'll get, all this stuff is almost pre-prepared. Cut it open, you throw it all on, and cook frozen corn. Fried bacon corn is another biggie in the Blackstone world. I'll throw on, chop up a bunch of bacon, frozen corn. I throw in diced jalapenos. You can do a bunch of different things. Todd Toven does that on a lot of his Blackstone Road shows. Fantastic. You make it as a side, and people will just eat it as their main. It's pretty yummy. But yeah, I think those are probably some of the things that people will do kind of for their first cooks.
That's a good time right there.
And also, there's probably going to be a lot of fat people showing up in the world because Blackstone. I don't think you can cook healthy using a Blackstone.
Tread lightly. You like my new T-shirt? By the way,
I do like that.
Body by bacon.
But I think you can, right? You can do a lot of vegetables. We got a friend, Tom Dixon, Sean Hopkins' friend, good friend, has been doing the keto lifestyle now for a long time, and he's another one that went from Kamado cooking to just fell in love with Blackstones, and so he does a lot of his keto meals on his Blackstone. So I think it's like anything, right? You can absolutely do healthy stuff, or you can go over the top and have beautiful physiques like these.
Because once it's seasoned, you don't need that much oil.
True. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. And again, depends what you're cooking. But some things take a little bit more oil than others. If I'm doing the frozen veggies or whatever, I'll throw some oil on there. But you throw some good olive oil on there, and you got a nice healthy fat. So.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. We got Jenny McPherson.
That's my beautiful wife, and probably watching with my kids up at the lake.
We have good news.
We do?
There is no Guinness records for griddles.
Somebody looked that up?
She did.
Oh nice, babe. All right.
We'll have to get on that.
Then Lep says Mexican is a good first cook. Chorizo and ground beef, tacos, burritos, quesadillas.
Yes.
I love when he talks like that. then
talk dirty to us, Lep.
Griddle up bacon, then make grilled cheeses in the bacon grease.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
That sounds delicious.
Listen, that's the best thing about doing bacon on these. Absolutely, is that grease can be used for so many other things. In fact, a lot of people, it's got a grease trap on the back, right?
Yep.
So if you cook a bunch of bacon, a lot of people will just save that bacon. I do. One of our butchers close to us, Modern Butcher, sells nice little tubs of duck fat. So I'll use the duck fat and do grilled cheese with duck fat.
Duck fat will take just about anything to the next level.
Oh, yeah. Maybe the only fat I like more than bacon fat, but duck fat is pretty special.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good time.
Is everybody hungry now?
They sell duck fat, really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, nice little tubs.
Yeah, you gotta go to these little spots. That's the key.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Craig, talk to us a little bit more on Ribberfest.
Okay. All right.
I know you took part in it this year.
I did. It was fun.
I wasn't unable to get the day off, so I was stuck watching the live videos from my mail truck.
Well, didn't someone drop the ball on notifying you?
Yeah, let me know. I'll let you know. Hey, it's this Saturday. Oh, great. Today's Thursday.
Not pointing any fingers.
Not pointing any fingers.
Let the record show that we are referring to Messy Mike.
Looking guilty over there. So Ribberfest. So we're pivoting from flat top cooking back over to barbecue, right? What the show's all about. So give you a little history. So my wife and I and our kids moved out here to New England from California about 2 years ago. About 15 years ago, me and some buddies played basketball in college. We started this little backyard barbecue. Wasn't even a competition the first couple of years we did it, but after the first year, second year, we named it Cmac's Ribberfest Barbecue Cookoff. And again, we went from a couple people cooking just for our families to, by the time we left California, in our little backyard in the heart of Silicon Valley, we had about 120 people, about 15 people cooking, and we would do themes from year to year, a Latin theme, a Mardi Gras theme, a Texas theme. But I tell everybody it was just for fun, but guys would come and get pretty serious about it. We would have judging. We'd have People's Choice judging. I would always pick a tradition of picking a few people that will actually do not KCBS, not hardcore judging, but they'll judge. And it's, we don't have categories. So yes, you will have a pork rib going up against
a brisket,
a pulled pork, and maybe if Sean Hopkins is there, Hoppy's Cantina taco, and
Scotch eggs.
Of course, he's got to have Scotch eggs. So, but it's just turned into this fun event. So when we moved here 2 years ago, we decided to continue that tradition. And I'll tell you, this town has been fantastic. Has opened up their arms for us. It helps when you feed, I think, half of the town. But we started Ribberfest 2 years ago. That was a big hit. Probably first year, I think we had about 11 people cooking, probably a couple hundred people, including kids there. Last year, it really spiked up. We had, 15, 16 guys cooking, including old Messy Mike over here. And a few other guys that I got to meet the day of Ribberfest that kind of had been referred over to me one way or the other. And it was just a super fun event. Got to worry about the weather a little bit more out here than in California.
Yeah.
But we had perfect weather. Beautiful. We always do it the weekend after, like the Saturday after Memorial Day weekend is usually the time frame.
I'm writing this down.
That's right.
See, I think that's the best format for competition because you have these guys that specialize in a certain thing. This is what their dish is. Yeah. And now you can put everybody's best of their best up against everyone else's. What did you make, Mike?
Now that I know that, I did ribs. I thought it was a rib competition, which mostly it was.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly everybody did ribs.
Most people end up doing ribs.
But you had your, one guy did brisket, another guy did, I don't even know what he did. Brisket.
Wow, it's almost like you weren't there.
No, there was a...
Almost.
No, I mean, it was my first time.
We had...
First time meeting this... Oh, no. I'd say like second or third time meeting you, so I was a little nervous.
Yeah. Well, and granted, I try to kind of prep everybody ahead of time, especially the newbies, right? That, here's what happens. It's just for fun. But, we do have some rules and when the food's got to come out and presentation box and all that kind of stuff. But you don't really know until you do it for the first time,
Correct.
Right? And so you got guys, we'll set up tables for everybody and have nameplates out there and tins and try to have everything ready for guys that, I don't make people cook there overnight. I've tried that before. And it's just for a lot of people, it's just too tough. You got kids sports and other things going on. So we let people cook at home, bring it over. They usually will prep it on site, serve it and so forth. But Dano, he put together a team and with 3 guys, and they did 3 dishes. What'd you do again? Tacos, brisket. No, pork sliders, and ribs. They did their own barbecue sauce. So, it's fun. People from truly a backyard barbecue cook and competition just for fun. I'll get prizes. We do I do a little speech at the end, which is, of course, my favorite part because I get to get up and hear myself talk, which is always my favorite part of it. So we, thank everybody, and these guys cook for a lot. I mean, they cook for probably 220, or so people. And we'll do little gifts and little plaques for first, second, and third, and people's choice, and just have a fun time. So
what would be your number one piece of advice for somebody that is looking to enter a fun competition like that?
Have fun.
Just that. Have fun. Yeah. I'll tell you, I have had guys over the years, friends of mine, that have gotten upset because they didn't place in the top 3. And I got to remind everybody, I said, these are not professional judges. I try to prep them with whatever, but some of them may not have that judge's palate and so forth. It's to have fun. It's to meet new people. It's to spread the love of barbecue and everything. So that would truly, for my kind of event that I'm doing, have fun. Have fun.
It was awesome. I mean, next year I think you should incorporate a cornhole tournament into it as well.
There was a lot of cornhole going on, some washers. I got to partake of none of that because I'm running around doing stuff. Yep. But yeah, that's something that I'm sure will happen. We are already in the plan, I am already in the planning stages. So we're going to do for 2020, it's going to be Texas theme. Mm-hmm. So expect to see a lot of barbecue, a lot of beef, a lot of salt and pepper.
Cowboy hats.
A lot of cowboy hats and boots.
I'm going to have to start looking for some obnoxious belt buckles.
Big belt buckles. Daisy Dukes will be encouraged.
I'm going to have to look for one of those.
Not on mine. But when we started doing kind of theme, cooks or theme contests back in California, it kind of took it to the next level, and it was a lot of fun, and everybody's walking around and taking pictures, and so we'll.
Well, you dressed up towards the end in your outfit.
You want me to tell that story?
Sure.
So, the first year that we did Ribberfest, I don't think John's heard the story. The first year that we did Ribberfest was a very humid day, and again, I'm a born and raised Californian, and it was humid. So we're out, my wife and I are out setting everything up, the morning of. Bear in mind that 15 years prior, doing it at our little house in California, I could walk from the kitchen to the backyard and set stuff up in about 20 feet. Our house is a little bit bigger. We got a big backyard, and a lot more people now. So we're running around. It's humid. I'm setting up a volleyball net in the front yard for the kids, and I get up and I almost passed out. And this is about 10:30 in the morning just from the humidity. So I'm starting to now chug water and take a cold shower and felt better. But by the end of the day, by right before the judging time came, I'm sitting down and I'm shaking. So I obviously hadn't hydrated, even though I wasn't drinking any booze. I was drinking a lot of water and Gatorade through the day. It still wasn't enough. So long story short, had a neighbor take me to emergency room. Got to sit there and while everybody was having fun at the party, and my wife Jenny took care of all the the prizes and judging, I got a couple of bottles of fluid. And so this year, when we got ready to do I was much smarter this year, and the weather cooperated. Mm-hmm. When we got ready to do, you may have seen some pictures.
I saw the videos. Yes. Now it's all making sense to me right now.
So my wife came out in a sexy nurse outfit and handed me a scrub that I could wear while doing my speech and giving out the prizes. So some people were a little confused with what that was all about. But I
thought it was just Saturday.
It's usually what we do on Sundays. We call it church. So that's what that was all about. But I am still trying to get ready for humid days and setting up early. But I made it through this last one unscathed. So I think I figured that out.
Well, by the looks of it, we've actually probably sold 2 Blackstones.
Yeah.
We got Jamie Barbecue.
I'm definitely buying one.
Then our friend Kevin Ure from New England Pitmasters. Actually, I'll send you the invitation to that page. Get the Blackstones going on that, too. That's what they have.
I think I'm already on that one.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's another great. I grew up with Kevin since we were little kids. Another great page to check out. But he's I got to get one for the camp.
Yes.
Absolutely. But Craig, thank you for taking some time out, brother. Appreciate it.
Appreciate the invite. It's a fun time.
Thank you, sir.
Where can everybody find you on social media?
Oh, so we got a Blackstone Boys page on Facebook. Please join that. Like and follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to put out some fun videos. And Instagram, Blackstone Boys. We're all over the place.
All right. Well, nice. That's it for this week, folks. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. You can catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. Catch the audio on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya, and other podcast catches. On social media, find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Pit Life BBQ. We'd love to hear from you. Please send your questions and comments to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, please subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. Spread the word. Thank you all for a year of this going and growing every year.
This in the center?
Yeah.
I was wondering. Okay, well, all right. It's in the center.
Right in your cleavage.
Yes.
40 minutes later. Welcome to the party, Mike. But we hit a year anniversary. Thank you all. We keep growing every month. The number keeps going up and up, and it's absolutely amazing the reach we're having all over the world. Australia, the UK, Ireland, Sweden, China, Guam, you name it, we're coming for it. So we thank you all. We love you for it. Thank you for the support. But till next week,
keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.